Oh man, I don't think I can watch much more of this. That just ended with a sack. It was 4th and 6. So it's been a fun, somewhat magical run here into the playoffs, but it is going to have a really ugly end. It's 38-14. It turned late in the first half. Cleveland was up 14-10. Kareem Hunt got his second touchdown. But then Houston answered with two scores before the half was over 24-14 at halftime. They come out in the second half, back-to-back pick sixes. They go up 38-14. Ah, man, both interceptions, Flacco's were, well, a lot of pressure today. The offensive line is finally looked like the banged up offensive line they've been all year. Batonio was out briefly today. So, the long touchdown pass to Jordan was really the turning point, I suppose. That put Houston up 17-14. Really never looked back. Cleveland couldn't answer. They had to punt a couple of times. Eventually, Houston did. Stroud throws his third touchdown pass at the half, 24-14. The Texans. Then 31-14. It's like, all right, maybe if the Browns can come back. I mean, it's 31-14, but if they can get a quick score here, they're only down 10. It's the third quarter, but then they throw. Flacco throws a second interception, returned for a touchdown. Again, 38-14 to Texans. Cleveland just got the ball back. Had to go for it on fourth down. It's late in the third quarter now. They sacked Flacco, and it just, looked sad, It's just looking sad at this point. We kind of thought, some of us did anyhow, that this was probably going to end. It's like it's been a fun, magical ride. But realistically, outside of Cardale Jones, I couldn't really think of any of these like sort of magical rides that ended well. Didn't end with the I don't know. The magical ending is not a thing, I suppose. Well, I got sucked into it though a little bit. I had some hope. I thought they'd win today. Unfortunately, I was wrong. This team, and after last week, it sucks to see such a great season end with such a bitter, horrible ending. As it's looking like it's gonna. Last week was awful. Everybody said it didn't matter, but that this game was just showed how thin they really are. There's no depth at all. Newsome had a horrible day today. They got a real problem at cornerback. They need a new slot cornerback. They wasted time with Greedy Williams. They're just wasting time with Newsome. He seems like a fun guy off the field. He's always doing cool stuff with their social media online, but unfortunately on the field, Houston was abusing him today. They were just going after him all day long. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe next year. It's always maybe next year. I just wanted a Super Bowl. Maybe I'm greedy. Maybe I'm the greedy one. But coming up short every season, that's right. All right, it's fun, whatever. Still enjoyed the games. Not really though. A lot of the games I didn't enjoy. I'll be honest. Even when they win, sometimes I'm like, this team, I swear. But it's the blow softened a little bit because I did somewhere in the back of my mind, even though I was hopeful. I was like, yeah, we kind of know how the story ends, right? I think I even said it in a video recently. This game ends with like 3 interceptions and a 20-point loss or something like that. I don't even know what I said, but something along them lines. And it looks like it is coming to fruition. Well, that's it on the Browns season. I don't suppose many Browns fans are going to be flocking to YouTube to watch this. Texans fans either. At least that was a good thing with the Ohio State video. At least Michigan fans showed up, I don't think the Texans have a ton of fans, really. I mean, they got a few, A little bit of crossover with Fish and Houston Texans, I suppose. There's like 4. There's like 2 guys. Almost gave myself credit for 4. It's just 2 of them. There's just 2 Texans fans in the Fish crowd. It's all very sad, really, Joe Flacco goes back home, throws the football to his kids now. Well, Dad, at least we saw you. You were awesome for a month. Now you stink again. I don't know. It was great. He did more than expected, really. The first signs of Joe Flacco coming to the Browns, there was that picture on the internet of him on an airplane. So I was like, is that Joey Votto? Nope, turns out that was Joe Flacco, and he was headed to Cleveland. And look, like I said, he's done more than anyone could have asked for out of the guy. Did amazing. Next year it is, I guess. This is a first step towards the Super Bowl. You don't normally go from not being in the playoffs to making the Super Bowl. So maybe this was the first step in the right direction. They'll get back on track next year with Deshaun Watson. Chubb probably won't be back. If he's back, it'll be week 2, 3, 4. Maybe mid-season, late season. He's finally at full. Next year probably be a little bit of a wash for Nick Chubb. I don't know. Maybe we've seen. I don't want to say we've seen the last of him in Cleveland, but 2 years from now, I don't know, man. Who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody knows anything. Will Stefanski still be there? We don't know. All right, guys, I've rambled long enough. That was the season finale. Had to go at least nearly 6 minutes. I don't know what the score is. They've probably turned the ball over, and Houston has scored again. Perhaps I'll hold out on this video and give an official. Now, this is the official ending, man. You can Google the final score or something. It's bad. If Cleveland pulls a miracle comeback, well, I'll edit this whole thing. Boom, we're out of here. Thanks for the Browns fans that did tune in this year. It was fun, right? It was fun. I know I got a little bitter there around the middle of the season, but it's half glass empty with this team.